Welcome to another training. This time it's for the Aspen 4. I'm Willem-Jan van der Meer. I'm a product manager at i3 Connect, and I'll take you through the details of this new wonderful product we have made. There are several important reasons to choose Aspen 4. One important reason is the image quality. The uses QLED technology to provide exceptional color rendering, the best in the industry. Next to this, Aspen also has backlight dimming, which yields a better contrast value, which in short means the darks and lights are extra crisp, and it also makes Aspen far more energy efficient as a result. And as a final point, I would like to emphasize the power of Aspen's audio quality. It is Dolby certified with 80-watt speakers to deliver an audio quality that will make you say, wow. First of all, how do I turn on my screen? As you can plainly see, the power button is now lit red and the device is currently in standby. I press the button firmly now, it changes to bright blue and the screen then starts up in a moment. Look, the screen's booting up now. Let us take a moment to look at what is currently visible on the screen. It includes a number of widgets, the current time and date, energy consumption figures, and, if you wish, wireless sharing, and a number of useful tiles that provide direct access to all of the important elements that the end user needs, which of course can be fully customizable to their own requirements. If you'd like to know more, we have a special training about Studio where there is a deeper, more thorough dive into how I can change these things and what other possible settings there are, so I warmly invite you to take a look there sometime in the near future as well. As mentioned before, this screen has a multifunction button that you can program to perform your own function. I'll just show you how it works in practice. You go into the menu, to the settings, and by turning the wheel, we navigate to the deepest settings, so to speak, in order to call it as such for now. Via General, I have here the multifunction button, and here I am able to select exactly what I would like to have programmed behind it. In this case, for example, I'm going to perform the launch application, and I would like, for instance, to consider what we should perhaps choose to take there. The calculator. We'll do that back there. In this case, I have selected the calculator. I close the menu again. If I now press the multifunction button, and I'll press it now, we will automatically get the calculator. That's how simple it is. One function that I'd also like to demonstrate for you is the Annotate function, which is widely used in a web browser. So I open the browser. In this case, we have the i3 Connect page open. I open the Annotation tool via the side menu, and I can now write on top of a page to annotate its content directly. Obviously, I can again make use of this on the digital whiteboard, for instance, by capturing a screenshot. I can choose either the entire page or a portion of the page. In this case, I'll simply choose the entire page. Now the whole page, including my annotation, is screenshotted and automatically sent to the whiteboard immediately. I even have a shortcut to my whiteboard, which lets me automatically see on the whiteboard the screenshot I just made and where I annotated it. And here I can continue, perhaps on another page, doing other things, and export at a later stage or share. To take you along for a moment, we'll go over things briefly, and we'll also look at the inputs on the screen. To start on the left-hand side, we begin at the far left-hand side. Here we have the infrared eye and the sensor that measures how much light is in the room, and from there the image brightness can be adjusted to save energy. Additionally, we offer a few different ways to store the pens. With this product, you will receive two of these truly very attractive pens that can be easily hung here by a magnet so that they do not get lost. And here is the sensor that detects whether anyone is in the room now, and on that basis it can, if necessary, switch the screen off again to conserve energy. Go all the way to the very edge of the screen. To keep the Aspen 4's design as clean as possible, there are no connections on the front, but they are on the left-hand side. I'll quickly take you through which connections we have there today. Of course, the USB 3.0 ports and the Type-C out. Also, of course, two touch outs, the HDMI input and likewise an HDMI out. Of course, we also have Type-C in located at the bottom, two of them here also on the side near the power button, which can even charge up to 100 watts. So indeed, with a laptop, you can connect everything directly with just a single cable. Touch control, display, sound, and charging as well, meaning that a separate power cable for a laptop is no longer necessary. There's also the power button right here. When it is on, it lights blue, and when it is in standby mode, it is red. Directly underneath is the Multifunction button, where you can assign a function yourself, and that operates via the menu. I'll show you that in a moment as well. Okay, those were the connections that I showed along the side, which are required in order to be able to connect external equipment in either a meeting room or a classroom. An important item I still wanted to mention is the whiteboard. I had already noted that one of the key points Aspen 4 has is image quality with local backlight dimming. The moment you no longer allow a whiteboard to remain a whiteboard, but convert it into a blackboard. And that is what we have done. Then we also save energy there. And that represents a substantial saving of more than 60% when compared with the whiteboard. If there should ever be a need to do away with a blackboard and instead adopt a whiteboard. Obviously, that setting can also be accomplished through the whiteboard's own settings. Then I can set whiteboard mode as the default startup. We have another important point about Aspen 4 and what makes it unique. That is the widget here that shows how much energy it is currently consuming. I can tap this and also select optionally so that I can see what energy savings it has delivered, what CO2 savings it has delivered, and even express that in monetary terms and show it on the screen. All of this to take the end user more into account in what it really costs to have a screen on and to make them aware to switch the screen off when it's no longer in use and does not need to be used. This is to help end users understand the true cost of keeping a screen on and to encourage turning it off when not needed. Naturally, these values are also transmitted to our Cortex environment, where it is clearly shown what the energy consumption of a screen is, also for the administrator, so that they can see which screens are most on and have the highest energy consumption, and where any settings could possibly be changed to improve that. Okay, this is what I wanted to tell you about the Aspen 4 product. I hope you found it useful. We obviously have many more training courses readily available on our academy. Among them is the studio training for more detail and more information, and also tips and tricks to cover certain functionalities more thoroughly. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully see you again soon.